Welcome, everyone, to this brand new edition of 5 Round MMA. My name is Alex Ramirez, alongside my co-host Albert Cedar, rocking a throwback T-shirt. If you guys are watching our YouTube,
5 Round MMA throwback.
That's a 5 Round MMA Season 1 T-shirt. That's from like an old sponsor we had. I think it was
Madhouse.
Madhouse MMA. They're not even around anymore.
Just to show our sponsors, I always give love.
Give love.
When you're with us, when you leave us, I still give love.
Bro, that's like what the Madhouse. It was like MMA all day, right? The Madhouse.
Yeah.
Wow, like one of our first
Yep.
our first clothing sponsors. Throwback. I love it. So yeah, that's a cool shirt, man. This week's show, a lot to talk about. AEW All Out, our expectations for Bryan Danielson. Now, gotta used to calling him Bryan Danielson.
I always called him Bryan Danielson.
Yeah,
bro.
true.
Always.
Adam
I
Cole.
never changed it.
Adam Cole. We're gonna talk about some Triller.
Baby.
Some Triller and some more MMA fighters fighting celebrities or pseudo-celebrities or people who aren't normally fighters. And we're also going to preview Bellator and this week's UFC Fight Night main event. This week's show is brought to you by Foxhound Fuel and Wildbar. Go to foxhoundfuel.com. Get your hands on 1 or 3 of their workout formulas. Train hard, stay sharp. Get the ready pre-workout, hydration during workout, and a recovery post-workout formula. Get one, get all 3, incorporate them to your workouts. Use promo code 5MMA for 25% off your order. That lets them know that 5 Round MMA sent you. Helps us out, helps them out, and it'll help you out. It's helping Albert out. How you doing on the Foxhound?
So I officially finished my first bag of Foxhound Fuel. So I think maybe in a couple of weeks I'll do another updated picture. I think I'm gonna do it by bags. So I just finished my first bag. I'm barely gonna open my second bag today. So when I get halfway through it, I think I'll do another picture. And then when I finish that second bag, I'll do another one. So I'll do it by bags, and I'm hoping by the 6th bag, I'm in a place where I feel like, you know,
you're like Vitor Belfort against Evander Holyfield.
5% Vitor, I'll take.
If you guys are interested to see Albert's progression so far, go to 5roundmma.com. There's a nice little review article on his progression and how Foxhound Fuel has helped him so far. So go to 5roundmma.com. It's one of the first articles you see up there too. And of course, a big thank you to Wildbar, the protein energy bar, just nutrition dense bar. They got 3 great flavors: blueberry, cherry, and pineapple. All 3 are hemp hearts plus the flavor. So it's all natural ingredients. It's wildbar.co. Use promo code 5ROUNDMMA. That's FIVE Round MMA 15 for 15% off your order. Get yourself some fuel on the go with Wildbar. Again, Wildbar and Foxhound Fuel. Big thank you to both of them. And of course, shout out to Madhouse. Back in the day.
Bro, they're no longer a company.
No longer, nowhere. But hey, if you're a clothing company
and you want to hook, dude, bro.
Albert rocks it.
I rock it, bro, to the fullest.
He rocks it, man. So Albert, how's it going, man? Get started.
It's going good. I have put my Disney key to the work. I've been there 3 times now since getting my key. So that's big news for me.
Yeah.
The other thing is, bro, to retain muscle mass, you gotta be kidding me. Like, it's been so hard to gain muscle. Mm-hmm. Am I like I'm new to this, bro?
I haven't figured it out yet, so you're asking the wrong person.
Okay, it's killing me. It's legit killing me how hard it is to gain any muscle. Like I feel the weight coming off, but to keep the muscle on, I am struggling, bro.
It's something to do with
I'm struggling with it.
Protein and eating and maybe some chicken breasts in there. I don't know, man.
I don't know, dude.
It's on there.
So I'm doing some research on that.
Yeah, I know. We'll probably should get some a nutritionist on here, a dietary specialist, to talk to us about it.
I think that's the next interview.
If you're one, leave us a comment or contact us. We'll have you on this because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people like us who just watch people do athletic things and don't really do them themselves. So
I'm over there killing myself in the workouts, bro. But I need to get a little muscle gain going.
Lay off the popcorn and churros at Disneyland. Maybe that's what it is.
If I could do that once a day, and then I'll alter the rest.
Man, a lot going on. Football season just started.
Bro,
basketball season's around the corner.
Can I just tell you, the week's not over, but I am not only am I killing it in fantasy football, I am beating Alex. I know you probably haven't even checked our score, have you?
No, I have not.
You son of a gun. Eric, if you're listening, Alex doesn't check his team, but I'm still whooping his butt on week 1.
I let the AI do the work for me. I figured, what do I know? They know more than I do, so I figured let them pick my lineup every week. But I had no idea we were playing each other. If I would have known that, I would have paid attention. So
just know you're losing.
How many leagues are you in?
So if you watch our old podcast, I had a problem. I think at one point I was up to 8 fantasy leagues.
Wow.
I have officially cut it in half, and I'm in 4. But out of the 4, only 2 really matter.
Okay.
The other 2 are for. Sorry, Eric. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to sound like a jerk, bro. But that league is very secondary to these 2 top tier leagues.
The stakes aren't high.
Yeah,
that's why, right?
There's one that's just straight up like it's for bragging rights, and then the other one is with my family. And in my family, you don't want to lose, bro. They won't shut the hell up, bro.
Wait, you're in one league where the loser has to wear like a pink tutu, right?
Yeah, and that's the priority one.
Because it's all about pride.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a loss, but it just sucks because the 2 highest scores in the whole league was me and this guy and Jason from Those Leprechauns, and it just so happens we faced each other. So,
oh wow,
that sucks. But
so we'll give you
all good
weekly updates. Yeah. Football season's here, basketball season's around the corner. The MLB playoff race is just completely going.
Dodgers are heating up the way I want to see them heat up.
Man, a lot to talk about. And, of course, the world of professional wrestling is on fire right now. As you like to say, Albert, it's so hot.
Too hot, bro.
It's so hot.
It's too hot.
And, of course, the world of mixed martial arts. But MMA could be taking a back seat to these freak show boxing events. But we'll talk about that later on. But as for right now, round number 1. Timer started. All Out took place a couple weeks ago. We have first time talking about it on this week edition of 5-Round MMA. Albert, people are saying, immediate reaction online, the greatest wrestling pay-per-view in the history of wrestling, in the history of pay-per-view, in the history of the world. Does not get any better than All Out 2021 from what I heard. Immediate reaction. Albert Cita, your immediate reaction.
I thought it was a really good pay-per-view. I think it was a good way to give the fans what they want. But in no way do I think it's the greatest pay-per-view ever. If it was the greatest pay-per-view ever, Kenny Omega would have faced Bryan Danielson, bro.
True.
That would have been the greatest pay-per-view. We didn't see those matches. Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega does not do it for me, bro.
Sounds to me you need to smarten up, Mark. This was the greatest pay-per-view.
It sounds to me like people out there need to dumb up, bro. For
real. Or just like maybe hold your reaction till maybe a week or so after to reflect. Yeah. I know we're in the moment. We're hyped up. Adam Cole debuted. Bryan Danielson debuted. Yeah. So like we're hyped up. We're emotional.
But we didn't see no matches.
Maybe save your Twitter thumbs for maybe 24 hours past the event.
Dude, just Adam Cole versus Hangman. Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson. I mean, there's so much matchups.
Let's talk about that next.
That can elevate a pay-per-view. Yeah. So I'm just saying, hold your horses by saying greatest.
Overall, as a whole, we use a 5-star rating system here. Overall, how many out of 5 stars? This pay-per-view as a whole.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Okay.
I thought the Elite was kind of top heavy in the matches, and all the other matches weren't as good.
I'm at a 4.
Okay, I can see that.
For me, honestly, the pay-per-view didn't start until the Lucha Brothers versus Young Bucks.
That was going to say.
If we go here, the buy-in, okay, cool. TNT champion, we talked about it in our preview show. Eddie Kingston, man.
Dude, that was a horrible match.
He brought Miro down big time.
I don't care what anyone says. I did not like that match.
Really a bad way to start the pay-per-view.
That's where I took half a point off, to tell you the truth. Yeah. Because I thought from here on, it was actually pretty solid.
Moxley versus Kojima right after that. Two kind of brawling style matches back to back.
Weird finish.
Not a good way to start.
I don't know. I thought it was a weird finish. I thought they would have given a little bit more shine. But nah. They didn't do it for me either.
Britt Baker versus Chris Stanley. I like the match.
I thought the match was solid.
Couple spots.
Was it anything compared to what Sasha or any of the girls done? No.
And also I had a hard time really believing that Britt Baker was going to lose. She's so hot right now, over right now, that it's kind of hard for a real challenger to come up, and especially Chris Statlander, who's still making a name for herself, to beat her. Yeah. But solid match, but for real, this should have been the opener, actually. I could have gone without Miro and Kingston.
That could have been on the undercard.
Yep.
And then
tag team match, cage match.
This is what stole the show. This was one of the craziest tag team cage matches I have ever seen.
Dave Meltzer gave like 5 3/4 stars for Dave Meltzer.
Whenever you put the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks together, you know it's going to be a good match. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of how how far they're gonna take it.
What else new can they bring to it, right?
And it's one of those things where like if you've seen one Lucha Brothers match, you kind of seen them all. Same thing with the Young Bucks, but it's when they mix it up or they introduce something new, something fresh, and if it hits, it's a home run. And I think this is exactly what happened. They introduced some new moves in there. They put in a little bit of story. Had an amazing finish. It was just one of the most spectacular matches I've seen. Do that crazy Canadian Destroyer from the top rope was sick. I thought overall, dude, Penta took a beating.
The thumbtacks on the bottom of the shoes.
I really enjoyed this match, and I think it made the whole card.
Dave Meltzer gave it like 5 3/4 or over 5.5 stars. What was your rating for that?
I think it was a solid 5. I think to get that little bit over, I think it some stuff was predictable.
Yeah, I think for me, like a 5-star means like a perfect match.
Yeah,
and for me, it was far from perfect, so I gave like a 4.5.
I think it was a very put together match where I don't think they could have done any better, but there wasn't something that I'm never gonna forget in my life. You know,
that's because maybe we're just spoiled because these guys.
It could be that. It could just be that.
Women's Casino Battle Royale.
The Battle Royale itself was good. I hated the finish. I think it's too quick of a push to give Ruby Soho such a big push like this. I don't understand. I mean, maybe it's because I was not really into the indies when she was around that I don't get the big deal, bro.
I hate their Battle Royals. I always complain, you know, but I actually enjoyed this one.
The Battle Royale itself was good.
It was a little sloppy because you know how they do the decks thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, just it didn't make any sense to me. And people are coming out, and some wrestlers try to pose, and some just run to the ring, and they're not cutting to who is. It's more of a production issue where they're not cutting to see who's coming out, and their music's playing like 2 seconds, and the next it just doesn't. It was kind of sloppy, but as far as the match itself, I enjoyed it. I mean, Ruby Soho, she is technically the biggest star outside of AEW to come in on the women's side of things. So I get it. I think it was more a favor towards her to come out as a Joker and win the whole thing. But if they want to build up Britt Baker even more, what better than to beat a former WWE wrestler, right?
That's true.
So, I mean, I don't see her beating Britt Baker, but I also see her as being a legitimate challenger to Britt Baker.
And this is going to sound weird to say because it's pro wrestling, but I still feel like you kind of have to earn your spot. And
hey, not in AEW, brother.
And until someone shows me that they can do better than Thunder Rosa, I don't think anybody else should want it but her, because I feel like that Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker match is there. Until another girl match shows me otherwise, I think you stick with the Thunder Rosa route. That's just my personal opinion.
I'm biased. I've interviewed her in the past. Super cool. She's actually a legit badass. She's fought.
Name a better match. Name a better women's match than the Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa.
She's fought in MMA and combates. So
tough girl.
Chris Jericho versus MJF. I did not like the finish. I thought it was sloppy. I think if you do this alternate referee second call, then you got to do it for every match. I think it was a cop out. MJF
very WWE. I'm gonna say.
How dare you say that?
I think it was very WWE. It was still a solid match though. It wasn't a stinker.
Still a cop out though.
Yeah. I agree with that, with the finish.
And next we're gonna CM Punk versus Darby Allin. Dave Meltzer gave it only 3 stars, which is very average.
No, it was an average match.
The most average in the world, or the best in the world?
Hey, it was there was no. I didn't pop once in that match.
Yeah, I think. Well, people were going online. They literally stole move for move from that Bret Hart 1, 2, 3 kid match. So I don't know if that's a compliment or maybe just
all I'm gonna
Punk
say
was
is,
like,
look,
I just want to do something to get familiar with. It's been 7 years since I wrestled.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't blame Punk, because if I felt that pressure, first guy I'm looking up is Bret Hart, and I'm gonna just copy that match.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, if Booker calls us like, you and Alex have to main event tomorrow, we're watching Bret Hart and Owens, dog, and we're doing that
WrestleMania 10.
Yeah, we're doing
exact same finish and
everything to the T, bro.
Paul White defeated QT Marshall.
Dude, that
next
thing was sloppy.
Ken Omega versus Christian Cage. Not as good as the first match.
Solid match, but no way was it a 5-star. And this from the biggest Kenny Omega fan here. I don't think it was a 5-star match. I think it was a solid match. I think they were saving though. It felt like they were saving for maybe a future match or something. They didn't let it all out there though.
Okay.
It didn't feel that way.
The match got outshined by the debut of Adam Cole.
Baby.
Followed right by the debut of Bryan Danielson. We kind of knew it was coming for both of them. The swerve, quote-unquote swerve.
I think Adam Cole was more for sure, and Bryan Danielson was still in the air as far as when he was going to debut. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily if he joined AEW, but when. So it was cool that they just, threw it all in this pay-per-view. Let's just give it to them.
So we'll talk about them, what we expect for them to do in AEW next. Overall, All Out, one of the top pay-per-views of the year. Not the greatest pay-per-view in the history of pay-per-view. Some people are saying this is better than WrestleMania 17.
Whoa!
I know we were really it was an emotional high when it first came. Now it's like look back, think about it. Really great pay per view, not the greatest in the history of all time, but solid pay per view. Really solidifies its as AEW as a legit.
Dude, King of the Ring '96 is still better than this.
It's just like
get out of here.
AEW is for real now. Yeah. If there were haters or skeptics about AEW, this pay per view put that quiet now. I think. If you're a hater of AEW, watch this pay-per-view. Okay, they're legit now in the eyes of haters.
No, yeah.
So we're going to talk about Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole coming up next.
5-round MMA.
Welcome back. Time for round number 2. Albert shouting insults to me in between rounds.
We got to start the Patreon so people can get that exclusive content.
Talk about mass and size of them. So again, from All Out, the two biggest debuts were Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson. The American Dragon is back. Mm-hmm. Adam Cole's All Elite, baby. If you're an AEW hater, you're going to say it's just a bunch of friends booking each other, All Elite or the Elite. Obviously, Adam Cole has been with the Young Bucks.
Even Bryan Danielson has a lot of history with the Elite. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I don't see it that way. I've been a fan of all these guys. I have a ton of Adam Cole t-shirts. Seeing the Young Bucks, PWG. I love Kenny Omega. I love Bryan Danielson. So I'm going to give it some time before. It's not WCW where these guys are going to book each other over yet. It's still going to play out. But what are your expectations for Bryan Danielson and for Adam Cole now that they are All Elite? Bryan Danielson has kind of a part-time kind of schedule. He could work other places. I think he's going to be working more than Punk, so we'll see him probably more in the ring than we will with Punk. And Adam Cole, I think he's going to be a full-timer. Going to go, crashing through the door. Here, I'm here now. So, expectations for Bryan Danielson first.
Nothing but 5-star matches. I said this before the whole rumblings of him going to Ali happened. If you go back a few podcasts, I was saying, to me, this is like his last swing or his
swan song.
Yeah, his swan song, and he's bringing nothing but the greatest hits. I feel like whenever we see him in the ring, first match off the bat, it's going to be a 5-star match, and it's not going to get lowered anytime soon. And it's going to, I'm telling you, whoever he ends up giving the last rub to, man, you're fucking lucky, because he's going to give you a hell of a match. Mm-hmm. And I expect nothing less than a 5-star match from Bryan Danielson from this day till he retires.
But you don't think that him going out and maybe wrestling New Japan, he'll say some of that stuff for like a Jay White or an Okada I think you're forgetting about it. He can go wherever he wants. Yeah. Or he can go out and have some pretty 5-star matches outside of AEW as well.
Bryan Danielson is such a genius when it comes to wrestling that each style he knows what to do and what not to do. I think he's going to treat Kenny Omega differently than he treats Okada
or Ospreay or Jake White.
Yeah, they all have their own strength, and I think Bryan Danielson knows how to wrestle these guys in a different way and still bring it. He's that good. And I honestly think 5 stars for next PWI whatever. It's going to be Bryan Danielson. Number one.
Wow.
Number 1, bro.
Yeah. I think he can go out. He doesn't need the title. I think they'll put it on him eventually, just to say that he's been champion. But I think we forget that he's done it all in WWE. He's done it all. Nothing for him to do left, right? But Adam Cole has only been in NXT. I almost see Adam Cole cementing himself as an AEW guy going forward. Because he's never really was a WWE guy. He was an NXT guy, yeah. It's almost Adam Cole and Adam Page as the 2 top guys going forward now. Kenny is in his late 30s, it's almost killing his body for this right now. Adam Cole, Adam Page, that could be the top 1, top 2 heel and babyface going forward, right?
It, yeah.
And I think too, like Adam Cole doesn't need to be TNT champion, doesn't need to be AEW champion right away, because I see him in the long haul, man. He's going to be all elite for a long time. I think for as long as his company's around, and for as long as they keep giving him money, and he's happy, and his girlfriend Britt Baker's happy, all elite, baby. I think. What do you think,
dude? I honestly think he's one of the rare wrestlers. He can go through the whole roster. I mean, literally go from whoever's on the books. He can go through every single one, have a good match, have some 5-star matches, and pretty much be the workhorse of the company. I think
that's a good point.
The best thing they did as signing Adam Cole is taking off some of that pressure, or I would say workload, off Kenny Omega. I feel Kenny really beat up his body that first year with All Elite, and now Adam Cole can take some of that workload off of him. Because if you think about it, you don't have to have Kenny or the Young Bucks main event an event to be something worth purchasing. I think Adam Cole brings that, and then with Hangman, and then you add Hangman into the picture, bro. You have a main event every single time, and I just think that's what it is. I think he's one of those guys that's going to take the workload away from Kenny and let Kenny career last a little bit longer. So I think it's a perfect move. But unlike Bryan Danielson, I think eventually Adam Cole needs to have gold, baby.
Yeah, eventually. Just not right away.
He's the type of guy I think that he looks better carrying gold.
Yeah. And also, you don't think him better as a manager for Keith Lee? You don't like that?
Oh, my. Dude, when I heard that, I almost lost my shit.
Rumor said it, but who knows?
So, it's true, dog. But real quick, before we end the round, for selfish reasons, I hope Kyle O'Reilly somehow makes his way to AEW. And please, I want to see Bryan Danielson and Kyle O'Reilly versus Young Bucks again. Let's run it back, dog.
I mean,
let's run it back. Yeah. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
you're not Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong, sorry.
Yeah.
Roderick Strong. Run it back. Roderick Strong, Bryan Danielson versus the Young Bucks.
Yeah, just Google hybrid Dolphins. Remember, it was supposed to be Paul London.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Paul London, and I mean, looking back, good thing Paul London wasn't in there, because oh my gosh, bro,
what a night! That was a night, man. That was a night.
That match was the only that was the only time I legit feared for my life. Like, I was scared for what was taking place in front of me. I didn't even know. Like, I have never really seen like a shoot. I never really seen something where I had to be concerned in wrestling. I was legit concerned. I didn't even know where to be at in the damn
Reseda, the little VFW hall. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of great little indie venues around. I'm sure it was like weird or amazing to be at the ECW arena back in the day, but that VFW hall in Reseda, man,
bro,
that was so unique and so weird of a place to watch wrestling. But it really was a special place for PWG, and for those who were lucky to be there, woo,
yeah.
All right, so we got one more round on professional wrestling. It's the annual Pro Wrestling Illustrated top 500 wrestlers of the year. And there's some controversy to number 1 and 2. Some people say it's interchangeable, so we're going to talk about that coming up next.
5-round MMA.
Welcome back. Time for round number 3. Pro Wrestling Illustrated's annual top 500 of the year came out this weekend. It's always a hotbed of topics for debate in the world of professional wrestling. Timer started. Sorry here. Number 1 for PWI, according to this year, is the man, the myth, the legend, the cleaner, Mr. Omega.
Kenny Omega.
Obviously, you're going to say that's probably accurate, right?
100%. And I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
Real quick. Look, I used to be a Roman Reigns hater, right? But this year, finally, he did the impossible, and he got over.
And you acknowledged him.
And I acknowledged the big dog. But here's the thing, though. He probably had the greatest storyline out of all the wrestlers. But as far as opponents and matches, it wasn't there. Let's be 100. There wasn't one match that stood out above any other matches that he did. He didn't have the quality of opponents that I feel Kenny Omega did. And I think that's why he's not number 1. Probably the greatest story ever. But you know what's also a great story? The belt collector, bro.
Yeah.
That's just as
opening the forbidden door.
Even opening the forbidden door. Even if that's a little bit lore in the storyline, Kenny had more quality matches. Kenny had bigger matches than Roman Reigns. So I think rightfully so, Kenny Omega is number 1. I think they got that right. Roman Reigns is a close second.
So let me give you the top 10. Kenny Omega, number 1.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, number 2. Number 3, Bobby Lashley. Number 4, Drew McIntyre.
I agree.
Number 5, Kyoto Ibushi.
Okay.
Number 6, Jon Moxley.
That.
Number 7, Will Ospreay.
Uh-huh.
Number 8, Finn Balor. I think it was a dark horse all year, right?
Yep.
Number 9, Shingo. And number 10, Rich Swann. Showing some love for Impact.
Hey, you know what? Rick Swann did it before Kenny took that belt from him. He was doing his thing.
He was holding it down in Impact.
And he was a workhorse. He wasn't taking a day off.
Yeah. So other than Moxley, I mean, I think because he was AEW champion for most of the pandemic and the empty arena stuff. And honestly, nobody once Kenny Omega became champion, I think the Rocket was on AEW.
Yeah.
Because people were just waiting for that to happen.
Yeah.
And it happened. Now Moxley's just fumbling around doing whatever he does and pretending to drink from a flask and talk about, all that stuff. So, sorry, video's playing here. So, you could have got 1 and 2. I had the big dog. I think the heel turn, like you said, he had the storyline. The bloodline is going strong now. His promos are out of the hook. I think if you're going to go promo wise, I'm going to give it to, Roman a little bit.
Yeah,
I think it took a while.
I
think it took a while for Kenny to kind of come into his own, find his character, what he is now. They both have that kind of consultant in Don Callis and Paul Heyman. They both have that kind of lackeys and the Young Bucks and the Usos. So a lot of kind of real parallels, right?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of Superman, Batman vibes going here.
Or Batman, Iron Man type of thing, right?
Yeah. Or Captain America, Iron Man.
Yeah. So I could get it. Interchangeable.
Yeah.
I think Bobby Lashley is number 3. He's been killing it at the Hurt Business. He also has a manager too.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, Bobby did everything right this year too. I am very glad that they put him at number 3. I think Bobby Lashley gets overlooked a lot. I mean, he's that Kurt Angle type of guy where you can put the workload on him and he'll give you great matches. It's just he lacks that whatever it is that Roman captured this year is what Bobby Lashley still lacks.
It's a little bit of that kind of swagger.
Yeah, something like that.
He's getting there with how he dresses and stuff like that, but that swagger.
I will say this. Roman Reigns is off to an amazing start. I mean, John Cena.
This year, yeah.
This year. Finn Balor.
Coming up next, yeah.
And then Brock Lesnar. If he keeps it up, it's hard to argue why he's not number 1 next year.
And potentially The Rock coming up after that too.
Yeah, look at Kenny though. Christian Cage.
That's AEW's fault. I don't know why they would do that.
And then before that, he faced Andrade and Triple A, which that's pretty good. But prior to that, who was his Moose? So I mean,
Sami Callihan.
Not. Yeah. So
you're making a case for Roman number 1.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If Roman keeps his pace, I don't see how you deny him number 1 next year.
You did say
unless,
Bryan Danielson.
Like I said, that's what I said. Unless they really step on the gas. I'm telling you right now, if you give me Kenny versus Bryan, then Kenny versus Hangman, and then Kenny versus Adam Cole for some reason.
Something happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be, it's all going to come down to the booking, guys.
Yeah, right.
But I'm excited for everyone out there. I think upset. I think you're stupid. I'm excited that you gain this 1-2 combo. That's what this is what I've been wanting this whole time. It's some goddamn competition. Yeah. I want to sit across from you and argue who had the better match between Roman and Kenny.
It's Goldberg versus Stone Cold all over again, right?
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, all you marks online who are saying this is better, that's better, this is the end of WWE.
Yeah.
You haven't been deprived 20 years like we have. 2001 was like when WCW got bought out. That was it. We had to go to the Indies to see something different.
Just get our fix,
bro. Just to get a fix. So now we finally have alternatives, multiple alternatives now, but one on the level of a national broadcasting as AEW where people are going to go to that. So it's great. Enjoy it. Drink it in, man. Mm-hmm. Drink it in.
I like it.
All right. That's it for round number 3. We'll take a small break, switch gears, talk about the real world of combat sports coming up next.
5-round MMA.
Welcome back. Time for round number 4. We are in the championship rounds. Normally we talk about some MMA stuff, but MMA has been taking a back burner to these freak shows thanks to the Paul brothers and the Triller organization.
Hey, but at the end of the day, I'm liking it, bro. I'm liking it, bro.
This past weekend, it was supposed to be Oscar De La Hoya, but he got COVID against Vitor Belfort. Evander Holyfield came out of nowhere, stepped in.
I'm not trying to get controversial or whatever. All I'm saying is Oscar was with COVID for 3 days and then he felt good. That's all I'm saying. Take it the way you want.
Yeah, he was
it the way you want.
He was in a hospital bed
3 days
in a hospital gown.
3 days and it was fine.
And then all of a sudden,
take that how you like.
The next video, he was. I'm fine, guys. Thank you. So, Evander Holyfield gets knocked out by Vitor Belfort in the main event. Vitor looked pretty good.
Vitor
I don't know what
awesome, bro.
I don't know what Florida and Triller's pre and post testing.
I don't think there was.
Protocols are.
I think we saw old Vitor that day.
But MMA fans know when Vitor was killing it when there was no USADA around, and he was only fighting in Brazil for that good stretch for about a year and a half.
It was like 4 fights in Brazil straight.
He was knocking dudes out with head kicks left and right.
Dude, he was killing people. He should have been arrested for attempted murder, bro.
Just ask Rockhold, Michael Bisping what
look at Michael Bisping's eye. You know who that's from?
A TRT.
That's from Vitor, dog.
Allegedly. Co-main event. I can watch it all day. Yeah. Anderson Silva knocks the hell out of Tito Ortiz.
What makes this gold?
Tito Ortiz was kissing the canvas.
I think is leading up to the fight. He said, "I never been knocked out. There's no way I'm gonna lose this boxing match." He was really healing it up, and what a great finish! It didn't even look like Anderson even really tried, which is typical Anderson Silva.
Yeah. I think he's found a second career in this boxing stuff, right?
And
he's not going to go fight Canelo, but he's going to fight stuff like this.
Yeah.
Right? Chavez Jr., these guys who are maybe a little bit post their career.
But the crazy part is, as soon as I see, before we get to the Vitor fight, as soon as I see Anderson Silva KO Tito, the crazy part is, first thing that pops into my head, Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. Mm-hmm. Make it happen. First thing that popped, before I saw the Vitor fight.
Yeah.
Then I saw the Vitor fight. I don't care which one you pick. I don't care if he goes against Vitor or goes against Anderson.
Well, I think
I'll take the latter, bro.
Triller said $25 million for the winner of Vitor Belfort, but I think Anderson Silva said, "Well, how about both the Paul brothers versus me and Vitor? Take your pick."
And I don't even care. Just for literally, you can put the names in a hat. All right, Jake, you will face.
And then Logan.
Yeah, and Logan, you're gonna face, dude.
What a circus is that, dude?
Oh, I love it. And then you finally book Oscar in the card. Against Tito. I like it, bro.
Oh my God, what a freak show. And then on top of that, this past weekend was a MTV Music Video Music Awards. And then Conor McGregor, of course, hasn't made it about himself in his pink suit.
Don't you disrespect Conor. That's what
I don't know why.
People need to understand in the streets, Conor's about it, bro. Don't you disrespect one leg or no leg. Don't disrespect Conor in the streets, bro. He
somehow gets into a scuffle with Machine Gun Kelly, and now they're saying that's going to happen. Or I don't know what. I mean, he's just trying to make something happen here. But
first of all, nothing's going to happen. Machine Gun Kelly can come get it. He can come face me, bro. It's not
on behalf of Conor.
Why even wait? Don't waste Conor's time, bro. Like, stop it.
Albert will gladly defend Conor's honor.
I'll gladly defend my boy Conor's honor.
So, I mean, obviously McGregor's smelling blood in the water with this celebrity fight stuff. He's all about, he basically started it with him and Mayweather. That laid the foundation to this wackiness. Now it's money. It's literally. Former presidents are doing commentary for this stuff.
Yeah.
So Jake Paul's getting 25 million offers to fight. It's going to happen still. We're going to see more former boxers come out and obviously Mike Tyson's out in the wing still. He could fight somebody.
At the end of the day,
this is it. This is here to stay, right? It's not going anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. There's a home for this. There's a fan base for this. There's matchups that make sense for this. And because of all that, it belongs in
somewhere
this universe that we're in right now. Because in all honesty, at the end of the day, whether it be combat, wrestling, movies, it's entertainment. At the end of the day, even the Olympics are entertainment. And as long as you're entertained, right?
Yeah,
that's what matters.
Yeah.
And I'm entertained. Like I told you, I think it shows that the first thought, and I wasn't the only one, because on my social media, people were messaging me, texting back and forth, saying the same thing. First thing, even MMA fighters running with Jake Paul, So that just shows you there's a place for this, and it is what it is, bro.
It's getting paid. If you're getting paid, man, what are you gonna do to get money? We got one more round coming next. We got a pair of we got a Bellator and a UFC fight night coming up this weekend. So get back to some normalcy.
Yeah.
In the world of mixed martial arts. We're going to preview both of those coming up next.
5-round MMA.
Welcome back. Fifth and final round. Albert, we're talking about the AEW versus WWE war, but we forgot about the real wars going on. Bellator versus UFC, and they're going head-to-head this Saturday, September 18th. UFC Fight Night, Smith versus Spann, and Bellator 266, headlined by Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis, taking on Soldier of God, Yoel Romero. Right off the bat, I'm more hyped up for the Bellator main event because it's a little bit more freakish. With anytime Yoel Romero's on the fight card, you never know what to expect. And obviously, Phil Davis has been doing his thing in Bellator for a while now. A little more part competitive. And UFC Fight Night, you got Anthony Smith versus Ryan Spann. I really think this is probably do or die for Anthony Smith.
Yeah, you know what? The reason not only because Yoel Romero is a freak of nature, and I just want to see him perform, and also he was supposed to be in the tournament. He couldn't get cleared, and so he didn't get to participate in it. Yeah. And so it has added a little bit more of a build-up.
Yeah.
Well, on the other hand, I'm kind of over Smith. I honestly, after his last few performances, it's starting to seem like he was kind of a dud.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how John Jones had that span of 3 different challenges where they were made famous by losing to John Jones, Santos, Dominic Reyes, and Anthony Smith.
And the crazy part, all of these 3 guys are not doing so good now when they were at an all-time high stock. So I honestly, I'm going to check out Bellator. I'm not even going to check out UFC. If there's a good finish or a good fight, I might check it out afterwards. But live, I'm checking out my boy Davis versus Romero. I am 100% intrigued with this matchup. A few things. One, people forget Yoel Romero is a ground fighter. Mm-hmm. He comes from a wrestling background. But yet we forget that because he's been killing fools. So it'll be interesting to see someone like Phil Davis.
Who's a wrestler.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Because I doubt Phil Davis is going to stand with Yoel Romero. So we get to see some of the ground game because all the other fights have been stand up. And I still think Romero should have done more ground stuff with Izzy, but at the end of the day, you're fighting Izzy, and I don't know what you can really do against that guy.
Yeah, also, too, this is the Bellator card is taking place in Scott Croker's backyard in San Jose at the SAP Center. Strike Force fans know that was where, in NorCal, that's where Scott Croker made a name for himself. So I think has Bellator kind of unofficially been adopted by San Jose, you think? Because it's Scott Croker?
If WWE is New York, Bellator is San Jose.
Yeah, now I think because of Croker, right?
Especially because Strike Force was made in San Jose by Scott Croker. Like, I picture, when I think Bellator, I could think of San Jose.
Yes, like Vegas and UFC.
A lot of like San Jose fighters fight like with Bellator and came up through Strike Force. People forget DC started in Strike Force before he made his jump to UFC.
Diaz brothers up north.
The Diaz brothers,
Strike Force. A little love for Strike Force too. So interesting fight. I like it. It's going to be, again, some normalcy now. Now we're done with the Triller and the celebrity boxing stuff. It seems like we just had that, Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley thing not that long ago. And now we kind of get some consistency. I think now the UFC take a little break now. They'll start cranking them out. We have some pretty big pay-per-views coming up for the UFC. So I just want to see some MMA stuff now. No more boxing.
Before I forget, just a reminder to people, this is a light heavyweight bout. Mm-hmm. Yoel Romero competed in the middleweight division
for the UFC.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see him in light heavyweight.
He should be able to make weight, right? 205.
I hope so. He made middleweight his whole career.
Yeah. So. Real quick, we haven't talked about it, but you got a new boy, Patty.
Oh boy, my boy Patty, bro.
He's killing it, right?
Hey, when you trash talk that good, but then you get TKO KO, bro, you got me on your hype train.
I almost feel like Daniel White's more of a fan of the authenticness. So Sugar O'Malley, he has the wacky hair and stuff like that. But you got a hardcore real life, dude from Liverpool here knocking dudes out. And Patty could be the future.
And he hit me with that absolute line that I just freaking.
I deal in absolutes.
Yeah, I just ate it up. I ate up Patty. Kind of a sloppy start from him. But, hey, at the end of the day, he got the results. and he talked the talk and walked the walk, bro. So I'm on that Patty train, baby. I can't wait till I see my boy Patty again.
Shout out to Guillermo for that little weird meme he sent with the haircut on Patty, but I don't think that deterred you at all.
Nah, dude, I love it.
If anything, don't be. You guys might
if you see me next
with the bull
haircut, bro.
You know why he's on deep on the Patty train.
I'm on the Patty train, baby.
All right, that's it for this week's show. Thank you all for tuning in. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Foxhound Fuel. Go to foxhoundfuel.com, enter promo code 5MMA for 25% off your order on Get the Recovery during or pre-workout formula powders, and go to wildbar.co. Get yourself one of 3 good flavors on their nutrient-dense nutrition bars. Got blueberry, cherry, pineapple. All 3 are infused with hemp hearts and natural ingredients. Go to wildbar.co. Enter promo code 5ROUND-MMA. That's FIVE round MMA 15 for 15% off your order. Helps us out, helps them out, helps you out. It's good, healthy food. And also make sure to keep update with us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all at 5ROUND-MMA. It's FIVE round MMA. Go to 5roundmma.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, or please visit us on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing. If we're completely wrong on anything, we want to know.
Let's have an interaction, bro.
And also, again, leave us a star rating on Apple Podcasts, please, and wherever you get your audio podcasts. We're on Spotify.
Go ahead and give us just a rating, dislike, whatever, bro.
Subscribe.
Just give us some ratings.
We're all into
preferably 5 stars.
Yeah. What do you got? That's it.
I just want to say, bro, I hate you. I'm liking TikTok. For everyone that's seen us on TikTok, I like that little bite-sized chatter. And I noticed that you can reply on TikTok with the video, right?
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
Like
right?
a duet or
something.
Stitch it.
So I encourage people. I hope we have a Q&A section in our TikTok, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, go ahead and comment, and next week's episode, I promise you, we will respond.
Yeah, because one of our latest videos had something to do with John Moxley and getting a little back and forth on
Yeah,
that.
So go ahead and ask it. We respond.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.